What is secular spirituality? This chick was a Mormon. I just want you guys to listen to what she's saying. Listen to the words she's saying. Like, try to look past how she says it and how she's like a cliche. This is an ex-Mormon, right? But it shows that even in atheism, they try to gather things under one umbrella while maintaining a pluralism, so that none of it's the authority. None of it's true. All of it's partly true. None of it's true. No one has the exact authority, but I'm okay with an authority making sure that there's no authority.
Secular spirituality. Secular spirituality is being all in when it comes to the benefits of religion or spirituality. That includes things like awe or art, rites of passage, ritual, community, love, wisdom, contemplation. All of these things are aspects that are very good for us, but it's being all out when it comes to making supernatural truth claims about the nature of the universe. It's essentially wanting the baby without the bathwater. So secular Christianity, since you're not a Christian, would be something like, I don't believe in the truth claims around Jesus. I think we created him to be a God and he was just a man. And I'm very disappointed with Christian nationalism. I am against kind of the abuse that is done by Christianity, but there was something interesting about Jesus. There's something that still speaks to me with parables like the Good Samaritan. And I still want to pattern my life in a very simple, humble, love-filled, service-driven kind of life that I see in Jesus, but I'm going to reject the supernatural truth claims that we've put around him. That would be a secular Christian. And there are secular practitioners of every religion saying, hey, here are some of the scientific truth claims and some of the BS that we can leave behind. Here are some of the things that have stood the test of time, some wisdom, some practices, some rituals, some things that are worth keeping, some things that are worth holding on to, some aspects of culture that are good for us. Let's keep going with these things, but leave these things behind. There's one in every religion. Or what most probably secular spiritualists do is, I want all of the benefits that all of the religions have without any of the truth claims or the dogma, the patriarchy, the abuse, the nonsense. And I just want the tools. I just keep giving me the baby and throw away the bathwater. And the beautiful thing that it does in this world is that there's a lot of statistics saying that religious people are happier, they live longer, they have better relationships. When you have secular spirituality, you actually can get access to all of the benefits that religious people have. And we have statistics that prove that when you have a solid sense of secular spirituality, you have a really good moral sense, you have ways to access wisdom, you have awe in your life, you have built-in community, you built-in service. When you build in these things into your life, even if it's not built on a specific, religious truth claims, you do still get all the benefits. You get a reduction of addiction behaviors, you get reduction in suicidality, you get more joy, you get longevity, better relationships, all of that. And so you can actually get all the benefits of religion without having to believe in things that are unbelievable. That's the game that we're playing here.
Okay, cool.
Best books in this place, if you want to know more, Sam Harris' Waking Up. I would also include The Spiritual Atheist by Nick Jenko, who I really liked. I loved Religion for Atheists by Elaine de Botton. And I would also throw in that mix my own book, No Nonsense Spirituality, available on Amazon.
Okay.
Because you can actually build a life of meaning, purpose, ritual, awe, community, all of the things that we have co-evolved with religion for a reason, because they're good for us. You can actually build that into your own life from the ground up, from your own authenticity and core values up. It does take more work than just walking into a religious building, but you don't have to turn off your rationality, which gives you a lot more inner peace and wholeness. And so for me, it's been the most sustainable spiritual practice that I've had in all of my spiritual wanderings.
For those spiritual wanderings? Okay. I mean, you heard all of that. I mean, how about celebrate the fact that I didn't even interrupt her somehow? I did laugh a little bit when she said Sam Harris. Now, the fact that her mentioning Sam Harris as a good source, the fact that that was the funniest part about this little speech says a lot. So, this is what you get. I mean, this is what you get. You get a person who knows the truth, and this is someone who left Mormonism, but still identifies that the thing that even general religion provides, atheism can't provide it. She's admitting it, but she's borrowing from them by admission and saying, well, no, we don't need it, even though I'm borrowing from it. And then she says, well, we just don't believe in anything supernatural. You keep your rationality. Meanwhile, she says things like good, wisdom, love, purpose. Lady, I don't care how much you make your eyes look like giraffe eyes. We see the emptiness. This is all nonsensical. And it's all just to sell her book. That's what's so pathetic about it, that she's tapping into what she admits is the religious component of being human. She admits it. And she goes, oh, let me leave the source. In this case, it's not the source, it's Mormonism, but at least it applies.
If
and
hypocrisy was an annoying liberal Karen.
She also assumes that addiction or suicide is wrong. Where do you get that from? From secular spirituality. What the hell is... That's like saying, like, I like meaning, but I don't like words. I like stories, but I don't like characters. I like math, but I don't like numbers. And it's just it's so lazy. But for the sake of tearing it apart and having this be a good clip that I could actually post her in, tag her in, let's take it one step at a time.
On my channel, let's talk about what is secular spirituality. Secular spirituality is being all in when it comes to the benefits of religion or spirituality. That includes things like awe or art.
Okay, look. Awe, art, rites of passage, ritual, community, love, wisdom. These are not natural things. They're not found in nature, lady.
Rites of passage, ritual, community, love, wisdom, contemplation. All of these things are aspects that are very good for us, but it's...
What do you mean? Why are they good for us from a secular spiritual position? What do you mean? Why aren't those things fictions?
Being all out when it comes to making supernatural truth claims about the nature of the universe.
You are in a contradiction, lady. You just said supernatural claims. Awe, wisdom, love, whatever else you said. These are not found in nature. So you got to categorize them as something, lady. You can't just grab immaterial absolute things that are universals and just be like, well, I'm going to take the universal things that everyone's referring to, even though from my rational atheistic view, I have no justification for their existence or uttering their names. But I'm just going to go ahead and say them and claim them while saying in the very next sentence, we can have love and compassion and truth and purpose and all this stuff without abiding by any supernatural claims. Those are supernatural claims by your own criteria, lady.
It's essentially wanting the baby without the bathwater. So secular Christianity, since you're not a Christian, would be something like, I don't believe in the truth claims around Jesus. I think we created him to be a God and he was just a man. And I'm very disappointed with Christian nationalism. I am against kind of the abuse that is done by Christianity, but...
What's wrong with abuse from a secular view? I don't understand, lady. I'm just so tired of these people getting huge platforms and selling their bullshit. And they get away with it because they never get in the ring with someone who confronts them on this. They never defend their ideas. They get on stupid shows with Dwight from The Office, who fluffs them out. That's because they know they're full of shit. That's why. They know it. They know that if they were to try to sell this stuff to someone who is well prepared to refute it, to counter them, they would lose their entire system. They'd lose their book. They'd lose their audience. Like, they would get massacred in a debate And it's just so annoying they get away with it. It really annoys me.
There was something interesting about Jesus. There's something that still speaks to me with parables like the Good Samaritan. And I still want to pattern my life in a very simple, humble, love-filled, service-driven kind of life that I see in Jesus. But I'm going to...
It's funny, the Good Samaritan actually appeals to a true theology, an exclusive one.
To reject the supernatural truth claims that we've put around him. That would be a secular Christian.
She's like, I like the Good Samaritan. Excuse me? What do they think? The Good Samaritan, the purpose, the ultimate moral truth about the Good Samaritan is merely help people? Just help people. Just help anybody. Well, no, obviously that's not the sole lesson. Otherwise, you would just help anybody, including people who want to do harm. You would help Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh, you're helping, though. Unbelievable.
And there are secular practitioners of every religion saying, hey, here are some of the scientific truth claims and some of the BS that we can leave behind. Here are some of the things that have stood the test of time. Some wisdom, some practices, some rituals, some things that are worth keeping, some things that are worth holding on to.
Why are they worth holding on to from a secular position? What are you talking about? You godless bimbo. Just blah, 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 blah. Yap, 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 yap.
Aspects of culture that are good for us.
Who determines that it's good for us? What are you talking about, lady?
Let's keep going with these things, but leave these things behind.
Yeah, why? Why? We ask you why? Tell me how secular spirituality... By the way, is there an authority of secular spirituality, lady? Hey, Britt. What's your name? Britt? Hey, Britt. Can two secular spiritualists have incompatible, contradictory views? Yes or no? You incoherent wench.
There's one in every religion. Or what most probably secular spiritualists do is, I want all of the benefits that all of the religions have without any of the truth claims or the dogma, the patriarchy, the abuse, the nonsense.
Oh, patriarchy abuse now? Oh, I'm sorry. Interesting. I would love to debate this chick. I generally don't debate chicks. Can you tell me how you would organize a society, ma'am, from your secular spiritual view?
It's like those powdered extract capsules. All the benefits of fruits and veggies without actually having to, eat them.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like wanting all the fruits of the thing, but not... It's just like Richard Dawkins. He's all, I love cathedrals. I love songs and chants and antiphons. I love hot cocoa in the winter. I love Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Evolved to have a shiny nose. And if you ever saw him, you would even say he's Jewish. You want all the fruits. You want the beautiful things. You want the architecture. You want the tradition. You want the richness. You want the cohesion. You want the community. You want the congregation. You want the rituals. You want the rites of passage. You just don't want to listen to anybody, lady. You're just a rebellious twat.
And I just want the tools. I just keep giving me the baby and throw away the bathwater. And the beautiful thing that it does...
You just fart? You farted.
In this world is that there's a lot of statistics saying that religious people are happier, they live longer, they have better relationships. When you have secular spirituality, you actually can get access to all of the benefits that religious people have.
Hey lady, you big nonsense poopy head. Can you tell me how you would know someone has secular spirituality? How do you know that you possess secular spirituality. Independent. Yeah, she's an independent woman.
And we have statistics that prove that when you have a
I have proof that you farted.
solid sense of secular spirituality, you have a really good moral sense, you have ways to access wisdom, you have...
Oh, you have a way to access wisdom? Look at her. Look, she knows. She knows she's full of it. Look, she's traumatized. She was raised in a very controlled environment of Mormonism. Very efficient. Very ordered. And you lose something when you leave that. You're floating out in the ocean, right? I get it. You're floating out in the ocean. You grab some life rafts. You try to tie them together to other incompatible life rafts. You know, you try to build relationships, but you have no reason to. And you try to intellectualize it. How do I replace what was missing? Admitting that something's missing, right? And how do you change it? Well, you're in a panic, lady. You're like, oh, I got this. I can do this. I can go the secular route, LARP, and steal from the non-secular route. And I can sell books this way. I can be a teacher. I'm a coach. I'm a secular spiritual coach. It actually makes you look worse, honestly. It makes you look like a crystal person. It makes you look like a sage burner. It makes you look wackier than the organized religion that you're trying to, work against. Makes you look like an absolute lunatic. Secular spirituality.
Dantown. Father Michael on Twitter called them spiritual parasites. They want to suck on the veins of Christianity and Christian society without having to contribute to that society and damaging the host.
That's right. That's a good way of putting it. I mean, even the term secular spirituality, she said in the opener right here, well, you can have secular spirituality while rejecting the supernatural. What does spirit mean? What are you referring to when you say spirituality other than something that's not identical to matter? I'm sorry, do you believe you're a physical, biological determined machine, lady? Yeah, you probably do. Well, I'm sorry, where's the spirit in this? Where's the who? Where is the Brit? Is that your name, Brit? Brittany? You look like a Brittany. You sound like a Brittany. Secular spirituality is when you can be spiritual by rejecting supernatural things like spirit.
Have awe in your life, you have built-in community, you built-in service. When you build in these things into your life, even if it's not built on a specific, religious truth claims, you do still get all the benefits. You get a reduction of...
And you can get the benefits too without any sort of obligation. That's the key word in all of this. It always comes down to obligation. Came up with my quote debate with Paul there. When it comes down to it, you can tag these people all you want. It works. Like justify things like wisdom, truth, spirituality, spirit, being, mind. This lady has no idea what she's doing. She would be absolute toast if she actually got up against someone who is well-versed enough to just go, what are you talking about, lady? You're using all of these things. You're appealing to all these things that you can't even justify their existence, like spirituality and truth and wisdom and goodness. And by the way, secular spirituality, you can't have the benefits without assuming people have an obligation to maintain whatever it is you're selling, which apparently is not actually a praxis, but rather a book. You LARPing, filthy.
You get more joy, you get longevity, better relationships, all of that. And so
I have better relationships.
you can't actually get all the benefits of religion without
Shut up, lady. Shut up. See what else she says.
I've seen a lot of lists for what to do to prepare for the rapture. Let's do a list for what to do.
Oh gosh, just stop it. I'm tired. I'm already done with you, lady.